Here's why you play Alice, the Queen of Blood, in the mid lane. First off, she has exceptional sustain with her ultimate, allowing her to heal continuously while damaging enemies. She has strong engage and escape potential with her mobility skill, making her a threat in both offensive and defensive plays. Alice also brings AoE crowd control and can disrupt team fights by diving into the enemy backline and absorbing damage while dishing it out. However, Alice is weak in the early game and heavily dependent on mana, making her vulnerable before she builds enough items to scale. Alice's passive, Blood Ancestry, regenerates a percentage of her max mana every second. Additionally, each time she levels up, she gains bonus movement speed and increased healing received. This passive helps her stay longer in lane and become harder to kill as the match progresses, making her a scaling threat. Alice's first skill, Flowing Blood, casts a blood sphere in a direction, dealing magic damage to enemies in its path. She can cast it again to teleport to the sphere's location, giving her an excellent mobility for engaging, escaping, or repositioning in fights. Alice's second skill, Blood Awe, releases a burst of blood magic around her, dealing magic damage based on both her magic power and percentage of her target's max HP. It briefly immobilizes enemies and slows them afterward, making it a reliable CC tool for locking down targets before using other skills. Alice's ultimate, Blood Ode, enters a draining state, dealing magic damage every 0.5 seconds to nearby enemies while healing herself for each hero hit. This also reduces the cooldown of her first and second skills when it damages enemies. The skill makes her extremely hard to kill in team fights, especially when surrounded by multiple enemies. A Quick combo for Alice is to first start with her first skill to poke from a distance and teleport into the enemy, follow up with the second skill to immobilize and slow them. Once they are locked in place, activate her ultimate to sustain while dealing continuous damage. Use the first skill again to reposition or escape as needed. Moving on to builds, I usually build Tough Boots, Clock of Destiny, Dominance Ice, Oracle, Concentrated Energy, and finally Winter Crown. These are the emblems that go along with this build. As for battle spells, the best battle spells for Alice as a mid laner in my opinion are Flicker or Vengeance. Flicker, which helps her reposition or escape after diving in, and Vengeance, which allows her to reflect damage and heal more in the middle of team fights. Alice counters heroes who lack mobility and depend on slow poke damage like Sicilian and Chang'e. Her sustain and burst mobility make her a nightmare for immobile mages. However, she is countered by healing reducers and burst heavy heroes such as Marsha and Martis, who can deny her healing and finish her before her ultimate provides enough sustain. Alice synergizes well with aggressive fighters like Balmond or Jirov, who can dominate the early game and help her scale smoothly into the late game. You should upgrade the first skill level 1 for poke and mobility, then prioritize upgrading the second skill for CC and max HP. With the first skill as backup, always level up the ultimate whenever available. When playing Alice, map awareness and timing are key. Her ultimate allows her to dive into team fights and heal off enemy heroes, but overcommitting without support or cooldowns can get her killed. Use her first skill to scout bushes or poke safely from a distance. When enemies overextend, teleport in, use your second skill to lock them down, and activate the ultimate to start healing while dishing out damage. Don't spam your skills unnecessarily, as Alice can run out of mana quickly if not managed properly. Try to roam once you hit level 4 to pressure side lanes and snowball. In late game team fights, dive into the backline to disrupt squishy heroes and zone them away from your carries. Use Flicker to reposition if things go wrong, or to surprise enemies during initiations.